Alright, so doing a quick little video before I start grinding mercenaries. In fact, I'll probably even be live streaming Rando Hawkins, Twitch, by the time this video goes up. I'm just getting some practice in. I was able to play a little bit last night. Not any good scores, really. I was pretty sleep deprived, so I was like doing my best, but now that I'm fully fucking refreshed, I can probably get some good shit. But I want to go a little bit on a rant, so I'm just gonna have some gameplay in the background. I'll just warm up with fucking Leon, because I've been using him the most so far. I want to go a little bit on a rant on Capcom. Full disclosure, right? Resident Evil 4 Remake is a solid game. In fact, it's probably, no cap, one of the best games I've played in a relatively long time. I'm not even going to say that I'm biased, because OG Resident Evil 4 was not my favorite Resident Evil. It was Resident Evil 2. But I did play Resident Evil 4 a lot. In fact, Mercenary mode was always like my thing. I mean, I used to speedrun Resident Evils. Technically, I still speedrun Resident Evils. But I'm not like a pro, because I just don't do some of the major things that you're supposed to do. Like, you know, routing and all that stuff. But also, I'm like, you know, I'm just not as skilled to do that stuff. But, literally, since this game came out, I've been playing Mercenaries for 18 fucking years. Between, GameCube to, I mean, I have OG Resident Evil 4 on several different platforms. So, and I still have my original GameCube. So, I have the original game copy that I bought on my GameCube. So you can imagine my frustration when I boot this game up and I don't even have 2 characters and a map that was in the original that I can play right now. That's really not cool. Like, we need to give Capcom a lot of credit. They tried their best to make amends for the abysmal performance and release of Resident Evil Remake. Resident Evil 3 Remake. Sorry. Come on. As you can see, being on console is a little bit trickier because PS4 is just not really able to handle... Oh god. PS4 is not really able to handle it, fella. Sorry. Resident Evil 3 Remake was such a fucking letdown for a lot of Resident Evil fans. Resident Evil 3, thankfully, was always a game that I played. It's mercenary mode. Like, I kept going back for Operation Mad Jackal. And it was really good. It was a fun game mode. Like, I got pretty good at that. I didn't put as much time into it as something like Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries, or even like the newer ones like Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries. But, you know, I can just imagine the disappointment most hardcore Resident Evil fans had when that game came out. And there's no excuse. Like, yes, they wanted to capitalize on Resident Evil 2 Remake success. Like, totally makes sense. 100% get that. But you cannot give such a high-quality product a follow-up that is basically an over-glorified DLC, an overpriced DLC at that, you know? So, they did a really good job at trying to come back from a mistake like that. But then, they're still Capcom, right? And Capcom is not as bad as, you know, like old EA, well, I mean, EA, I guess, is still pretty shitty. Or, you know, like Activision, so Call of Duty, right? But you know what? Let's kind of compare the two real quick. Like, Activision has a main problem where they introduce a lot of things between every Call of Duty and then almost drop the majority of it. They keep a rough outline of the gameplay from game to game, but, you know, cool, interesting things, like, for example, a small nitpick, but, you know, just something that comes off the top of the head. Vanguard introduced pacing, and, you know, we have the ability to play, like, you know, 18 on 18 on certain maps that are pretty well designed for it, right? And if you played Modern Warfare 2, you know that, can I get this melee? You know that, you know that Modern Warfare 2's maps are pretty fucking far and, like, huge. People are camping all the time. So, why would you get rid of an element that could actually make the game a lot more sustainable and enjoyable? You know, doesn't really make a lot of sense. And again, you know, it's just bad practice because it's all about retention. And Capcom has the same issues. Every game maker has the same issues they need to worry about, is retention. And I just think that keeping us invested in this game is not going to be a problem for the majority of RE fans. You know, like, this is a good game. Oh my god, quality work. This is a good game. I'm going to be playing it for a long time. So to lock 2 characters and a map from the OG behind a paywall of a DLC that 90% of people are going to buy anyway is a really shit thing. Like, no two ways about it. Sorry. I didn't know I had to fucking reload. I'm a goddamn idiot. Another one. It's, you know, like, I guess that works out. You know, let it sink in there. Like, we're gonna play this game anyway, so why would you hide it? And then to not even really come out and say anything, you know, we had to have data miners basically confirm this for us, that that Mercenaries is going to release without Ada, Wesker, and Waterworld, and then that they already finished. They're completely actually done. I mean, if you go to the mod sections on PC, you can play as these fucking characters almost like they're here. And the only little subtle thing is the knife animations, and like from what I've seen, like Wesker, for some reason he doesn't have his glasses. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you know, that's like, dude, you've got to be shitting. We know it exists in the game right now, and you're still gonna hide it. That's a very shitty practice, and Capcom cannot be forgiven for something like that. Obviously, this isn't as egregious as the thing as Resident Evil 3 Remake, but it's pretty bad, especially considering how successful they have been with this game. The critical reception is receiving, and they want to jeopardize all the hard work they've done by still being a greedy corporation that, you know, is the gaming industry today. It's a really... What am I stuck on? Fucking guy didn't die. Let's do this real quick. Sorry. How did you fucking hit me, you piece of shit thing? And I say that in anger, not in reality. This is actually a very, very polished, decently built game. So, you know, I can kind of call it there, but... Oh shit, I'm losing my PC. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of call it there, you know. I just want everyone to kind of understand that, like, you can do good things, especially when you're making amends for something that was a huge, egregious mistake, and then still suffer from your old ways. And I don't know if it was... They claim that the people who made this mode, and I say claim because I've not verified it myself, so it could 100% be true. I'm just saying I've not looked into it. That the people who made Resident Evil 3 Remake, that small little studio whose name I can't remember, were the ones who worked on this mode. Well, then, you know, it clearly shows that they are somewhat capable. Like, they have listened to the people who play this game and made a mode for them. But, can you not? Jesus Christ. But maybe they're the ones who decided, hey, you know what, let's not, like, have all of our content in this game, so that way Capcom can make more money. I highly doubt that, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's crazy that the same company, or, you know, the same developers who already fucked up once for not putting in all the content for a whole game that was $60 and realistically a glorified DLC, it happens again. You know, maybe Capcom doesn't have a say in it, or maybe they just allow it, but come on, like, you guys already fucked up doing this once with a goddamn, you know, a whole game. So, even though Capcom has really gone out of their way, and I keep saying this for a reason, because I do believe Capcom is trying to listen to their player base, even if they won't release Resident Evil Outbreak Remaster, or a game that's similar to it. They keep fucking up with the multiplayer, and there's nothing we can do about that. But they were so close, like so fucking close to a true 10 out of 10 game, and I'm gonna die. Nope, wow, I had time for that. They were so close for a true 10 out of 10 game, and then little things like this are what's gonna bring it down. You know, there's already the Ada Wong controversy, and you know what? Sorry, I'm on the side of she wasn't that good. I've done some voice acting work in some small projects. I know the direction of the people can sometimes really impact your performance, but she's already played Ada in a live action movie, so I don't feel like it should have been much of a stretch for her. But I never saw that movie, and that movie sucks 100%. Like, everyone has said it. I know it. There's no reason to watch something that's just going to make me angry. I don't remember if Ada herself had any criticisms, but if you didn't have any criticisms in a live-action movie, it's very surprising that you suddenly have terrible reactions in... Can I hit the guy in front of me? In a adaptation... Oh, good job, man. Where it's just your voice. So, you know, one blemish. A glaring one, but one blemish in this game. Now compounded by 2 for the fact that we have to pay for a DLC that was already part of this game originally, which is fine if the game is actually going to be, if the campaign of that is going to be longer. Totally okay with paying $15, $20. I'll probably cap it at $20. If it's more than $20, Capcom's going to have a real fucking problem on their hands with the fan base. But to lock fucking players out of 2 characters who are just staples to this series. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. This is going to be the end, I can guarantee it. That's a fucking huge red flag mistake, and we cannot let Capcom get away with that. Like, we got to hold them responsible. We got to fucking say shit. Get the fuck off me, goddamn. So, do it, please. Give them shit. I'm just wasting grenades here because I have to move my fucking computer back up. What in the fuck? Oh my god. Well, as you can see, I get murdered. It's good fucking little representation of how I feel with Capcom. Like, you know, so close to 150. That's the goal. I had 7 more enemies to kill and I would have beat this. But just stop shy because of bad practice. And that's exactly what this is. We need to hold Capcom accountable. We need to, you know, either post videos like this and complain about it. We need to properly complain about it as well. That's a downside that happened with the Ada thing. Yes, she wasn't good, but to harass her off the internet, and I've not even seen any evidence of it. I don't have much social media. So you can critique something without being abusive about it. And I would like to think that this video is kind of that, you know, a bit of a template. Maybe it's a long form, it's a rant. I didn't intend to die or to even really stretch it out as long as I have. But it just goes to show you that's how frustrating it is. That this game is the closest to a perfect game that I have played in a long time. And bad business practice is the main reason why it's gonna not have that 10 out of 10 rating for someone like me and, you know, people with integrity in the industry. And with people in the fan base, in the community as well. So let Capcom know. And this is my example right here. Capcom, this is a terrible mistake. Try to remedy it. And if you are going to charge us for separate ways, Ada's DLC, dude, like, I'm okay with paying it. I would have paid for it anyway. It should be free. Let's not get that twisted. This game should be free, considering it was in the PlayStation 2 version onward. But if it's not going to be, do not punish me or lock me out of content. I can literally boot up on my GameCube right now, the first version of this game, and play an extra map and 2 extra characters. That's not right. That's all for my rant. Hopefully by the time this video's up, I'll be nice and warmed up to start streaming. Actually, probably gonna need a little bit more coffee considering I died. But thank you. Let me know what you guys think about it. I just feel that, you know, the more noise we make about it, there's a good chance we can change it. And I'll close with this. The reason why I'm making this video, unlike kind of just sitting by and allowing this to be like a thing and just, you know, muttering to myself or talking to my, you know, Resident Evil fan or friends and everything like that. No, it's because I actually think for once, but we can get through and make a difference. You know, maybe we won't get Resident Evil Outbreak Remaster or Remake. Fine, cool, I'm accepting that. But this game is super successful right now. We have Capcom's attention right now, so let's get it through their heads. Fix this problem. It's not right. Thank you for your time.